Yeah, but you said earlier in the interview, you said, well, and now you're repeating it. Well, it seems more more harsh and more scary than it actually is. But don't you think there is some sort of, because of the perception, it being scary, that people also act like it, and then it might turn out to be scary?
Yeah, and that's why I think you shouldn't take it. You shouldn't take it at face value. You should poke holes in it and not be afraid of it, and just have a. Don't lose your head. Don't have a meltdown. That's another message on the record. Don't just run around screaming, go, oh my God, the Nazis are back. Because if you do that, then they are back. I think that's important. Why? Because what do you need to see that return? You need chaos, and you need people to act in their work. When people are afraid, they make poor decisions, and you will get a rise in the left wing, extremists, which we are getting, and that will only increase the right. And if you're not careful, then it does get shit. So take it seriously. Don't. Oh yeah, what am I saying? Take it seriously, but don't fucking lose it.
What does the influx of immigrants and ISIS have to do with it?
Oh, it's just very, very easy enemy. They're brown. They want to kill you. They hate McDonald's. All the bollocks that we've heard for the last 5 years or whatever. Well, since 2001, frankly, and before. Yeah, it's very easy target, isn't it, for small-minded people.
But do you understand people, let's say the normal people who don't travel abroad that much and see everything on the news? Do you understand them getting more angry and because of that?
Absolutely.
More right wing and more.
Of course I do, and that's why I'm sympathetic in some way to this idea of it being inevitable, and that's why it's inevitable, because it's not being properly explained what the reality of it is, because our fucking press is so disgustingly over the top in the way it reports stuff. The percentage of immigrants who are terrorists is minuscule, obviously, but you wouldn't think that if you picked up a newspaper, and it's sort of tied into the fact that we're part of the EU, and so much of it doesn't make any sense, and it's grotesquely distorted, but it feels good. It feels good to hate them.
Do you think that the press is a mirror of what people want, or do you think the press is leading?
Well, I think that if people didn't want to read it, they wouldn't buy the papers, would they?
No.
Although, do I? I don't want to read it. I don't buy the paper. I don't know what it would take for people. People aren't just going to look at the papers one day and go, oh, I don't really want to read the news today en masse. It's a good question, but obviously it sells, and it's having a huge effect. It's sort of self-cannibalizing, isn't it?
But I also think that what I said earlier, well, it's my opinion, and of course it's all about your opinion. But let me see what your thoughts on it. Like I said, people are getting maybe lack of religion, of maybe organized communities, then also being more spoiled. But also, don't you think that people, because of internet, because of everything is out there, that people don't feel the need anymore to learn to actually research subjects and to...
God, yeah. I am not a very informed person, and I've had hundreds of instances with online arguments where I haven't really done my research, don't really know what I'm talking about. I think I do, and then I quickly realise I don't. And that's happening times a million.
Yeah.
this minute. That's happening right now, and it's far more common. I think people think that they know loads more than we used to, when in fact we probably know roughly the same amount or less.
I think the general knowledge that you have inside you, I think people are less and less inclined to actually try to keep it in their heads. I think everything is researchable now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
In the middle of an argument, claim to know something, quickly go on Wikipedia.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's like keeping everything in RAM rather than actually in your hard drive. It's just like, I've got it now and I haven't got it tomorrow, but right now I need it.
Yeah. When during the recording of the album is called A Fever Dream. It's also a track on the album. Is this a core track of the album?
Yeah, I mean the concept of a fever dream, the concept of a dream is quite an old storytelling technique. You can tie together vastly different things under one banner. It's kind of easy, but it also is how I've been feeling. I think how a lot of people have been feeling. So this idea that everything seems unreal, this is like a new world and we don't know what's about to happen. That's the idea. But the song, yeah, I mean, the song is, I mean, for the most part, it's just that line, Lord, I see a fever dream before me now. And the repetition of it is supposed to be kind of hypnotic and kind of like a mantra to sort of get through this weird period. But I'm not judging anything, I'm just saying, isn't this weird? Rather than, this is a nightmare, or this is great. I'm just saying, this is fucking weird, isn't it, everyone? Swimming through it. And I definitely wanted that to be I didn't want to come down on one side of things, because I think it's boring, and I'm not sure myself if this is an amazing time or a terrible time. It's just weird.
How do you feel?
I don't know. Every day I feel different. Okay. I think it could turn into something terrible. I think Brexit is so far really bad. I'm not going to lie. I think it's more than anything, it just, on a very human level, I think it's a very unkind attitude. I think it's a very self-serving thing to do. I don't care about money. I don't care about all the reasons it might turn out great. British laws, what laws written by a party I didn't vote for, no thanks. Not that I voted for the blah, blah, blah. I feel much more in line with my European brothers than my British ones, frankly, on the whole. Yeah, it just feels disappointing in so many ways. But whatever, you know, I don't actually care as much as most people probably think I do. I don't actually care as much as that. I feel pretty negatively about so many things in the modern world. This is just one more thing that paints us as wankers.
What keeps you happy?
I like animals. I like babies. I like innocent living creatures that haven't made any bad decisions or are incapable. I think I like innocence.
But you don't mention making music or...
Yeah, I mean, it does make me happy, but it's, selling music is not the same as making music, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm very, very, very happy when I've just written a song and it's just me and the song and no one else has ever heard it. Or me and Alex have written something and it's ours for that night, you know? That's an incredible feeling. But then you give it away and it's not the same. I mean, it's incredible when it connects with people, but it's not quite the same. I think in a lot of ways I'm quite a private person and I'm not a big fan of humans, really. Maybe I just haven't had enough joy in my personal life or something. Maybe I need to have a kid or something, you know? But I'm just not very impressed. I'm always feeling let down by humans.
How come?
I just feel like we don't really learn. And we talk about learning and we talk about growing and improving, but we haven't. And we're fucking the world itself. Like, is there anything more disgusting and selfish than destroying your own children's world? Like, what the fuck? That's, what are we, like, you know. But yeah, at the same time, we have scientific breakthroughs, but we don't like someone because they're brown. It's like, what, are we any different? No, we're not any different at all. We still want to fuck people, and we want to kill people, and we want to eat food till we burst, and that hasn't really changed. And I want to do that too. That's what being a human is. But you would think that maybe we would do some of the things we promised.
You're making music now.
Mm.
You write songs, you connect with people. Hopefully I think, what is your goal with your music?
Goal?
I mean, with people, what do people, when are you happy what people get out of it? Is it just joy, dance, or is it maybe actually let people think? Or
I like it when people are surprised. When they get jolted out of their regular routine, sub-routine almost. I think of humans in a sort of like a computer a lot, and I think you live your life in a kind of cycle, and sometimes you get pushed out of it, and for a brief period you're like a child again, innocent maybe. So I think that's what I like the most, is when I say something or we play something which stops, it just changes your view very, very slightly.
do you think you will be active in the music business for your whole life?
I think so. Yeah, I think people will always want music, and I think I'll always want to make it.
So
I don't know. I mean, I'm not promising anything.
No, but no. So with no plans, I was thinking. When I talk to you, I feel some struggle within yourself.
Mm.
What that actually you love to make music, you love to create,
Mm-hmm.
but on the other hand, you almost feel like that there's no need for anything because people or humans are not that really learning. So that's why I was thinking.
Yeah, but
maybe you have the intention that actually to try actively to maybe change.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, and there's always hope, isn't there? You know, 50 million trillion babies got born today, and maybe they'll be different. Maybe my generation, we nearly got it, but we didn't quite. Like, there's always hope, isn't there? And that's why you do anything. I'm not fatalistic like that. I don't know if music can change the world. I don't think that's a question worth asking. I think you put stuff out there and you hope that some people change their minds about some things. I don't know. I don't think any change is real. I think it's temporary anyway. And the only thing that's real is getting born and having a baby and dying. That's the only thing that's definite. Until, you know, synthesized babies come along. Until AI, let's say until AI, really, you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you shag somebody.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Plans for any babies?
Yeah.
On the way?
No.
Okay, so let's see how your perspective.
I will create a little Hitler and change the world. This was my plan all along.
Well, then I'm looking forward to your next album.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thank you.